What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Chainlink to BTC. We'll also be looking at the current coin market cap and checking out this absolutely crazy, wild, ridiculous market that we're having right now. Seeing Bitcoin now about to retest $13,000 while the rest of the market is pretty much just stagnant. We're seeing all these other cryptos start to shoot up, but Litecoin is not moving anywhere. Does that mean that it's not going to, break out like all the other ones are? Or is it going to be delayed and then we could potentially see this big bull run that we're all so patiently waiting for? Besides that, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump right into today's episode. So as you guys can see, I'm on the current coin market cap, and Bitcoin dominance is 61.7%, which is so much higher than it's been in quite some time now, with 24-hour volume being $104 billion, almost $105 billion, and a market cap of $370 billion. Something is going on, and something is going crazy within this this market right now. As you can see out of the top 10 cryptos, everything is in green, which is awesome to see, but more so Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are kind of linked together, that we're noticing right now. Bitcoin is literally about to retest $13,000. Ethereum at $345, about to retest $350. We see all the other cryptos up, but really not much at all compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, especially the fact that Litecoin is still $136, only up 2%. You can see it's almost acting inversely like we've seen in the past within cryptocurrency, a year ago, where, the top two or three cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum, tend to stick with each other. They're kind of in sync in terms of price, while the altcoins start to reverse and do the opposite and act inversely. So now we're seeing Litecoin act the opposite. We're seeing it retrace and go lower as these big blue chip cryptocurrencies start to ascend higher, and it's very interesting to see this inverse pattern. Now, all the other cryptos are up, some even up 17%, 24%, quite a bit more than the other cryptocurrencies, but you'll notice for the most part, the market is up. A lot of double-digit cryptos are all over this market. It's just very odd and peculiar, and I know all you guys are wondering, why isn't Litecoin breaking out? When is Litecoin going to break, and what is holding it from moving up higher? And I'm going to hopefully try to answer that as best as I can, giving my personal opinion on the market. So if you guys are interested, let's move on over to the chartings right now. We're going to check out Litecoin, then Bitcoin, kind of give our own comparison of where this market is headed. So what's crazy within Litecoin compared to the other cryptocurrencies is Litecoin merely is not doing anything special or anything surprising at all. And I know it's building up a lot of anticipation for a lot of Litecoin hodlers. When I shoot on over to the Bitcoin chart, it is, absolutely wild. Like, I don't even know how to grasp this. The fact that this market cap is, skyrocketing. The price of Bitcoin is skyrocketing to 12.7. We are at, I believe, retesting $13,000. We're just literally taking the, elevator straight up, which is kind of scary. We haven't seen prices like this in quite some time, over a year and a half now. A lot of people said crypto is dead, but this kind of begs to differ, seeing crypto now at almost $13,000 when, I believe the lowest part of the price was down back, I think it was $200, yeah, $3,000. And the fact that it's 12 right now means it's up 4 times its original position, which is wild. A $3,000 coin turns into 12, or 13. You're making quite a bit of money on your portfolio. 10 grand, easily $45,000 now. And it's absolutely wild to see this major explosion. Now, it's very hard in a market like this to really predict what's exactly going to happen. Now, we've been calling that there was a potential move or a similar pattern. The biggest thing that I want to point out right now within Bitcoin is Bitcoin doesn't have previous resistances and previous supports. You can see this is literally acting exactly how we were prior. You can see that we had our little retracement here, we had that over here, and now we're literally just skyrocketing and taking off. And you can see that's the same exact thing that's happening now. It's absolutely wild. Now, the thing is, what I recommend selling off, I'm not gonna say. In terms of my own position, if I had crypto right here, I'd be still holding on. It doesn't make sense to sell off at the current moment. We've seen the potential. We've seen it skyrocket all the way to 20 grand, and it would almost be careless to sell off right now because we are still heading up. $13,000 Bitcoin. It's just mind-blowing to see what exactly has been happening. Once he broke that previous retracement, that previous resistance back here, we've just been taking off parabolically since. The one thing I do want to talk about, though, is with Litecoin, is I've noticed Litecoin's chart, when we broke out to, or at least I just remember when we broke out to $400 something, it was delayed compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin broke out earlier than Litecoin did. Litecoin was second to when we broke out here, but it is definitely a possibility. So to us, to see this beautiful uptrend right now, again, I recommend for myself to be holding in. Now, I with the amount of subscribers I have, I really can't tell all you guys what exactly the best position is and play is to do for your own investment strategies. But in terms of what I'm going to do is I'm holding. I'm holding. It doesn't make sense to sell off because I do think in the long term, we're going to see this market take a major skyrocket in terms of price. And I just remember, and this is, I remember the exact day and place I was at TJ Maxx walking around, and I remember watching Litecoin break out. I saw Bitcoin break out to, parabolic levels a couple days prior, and then I remember seeing Litecoin break out. I believe it was at like $60 before, and then we just took off to some parabolic level. I can probably tell you when exactly it was. It might have been 80. Was it 80? I think it was around $80 that I bought it at, not 60, but I remember at 80, and then we just took off the next day, which is absolutely wild. So honestly, long-term positionings in times like this, I think is the best case scenario for me, mainly because of the fact that this is so unpredictable. Now that we're out of this bear market, which we're all well, aware that this bear market is over and we're in more of a bull market now, it almost makes sense to see long-term holding. That's what makes sense to me, mainly because when we're in a bear market, technical analysis holds more value. There's less manipulation. There's less FOMO buying in. When we start to see bull markets, that's when we start to lose the technical analysis, and more so we start to see just breakouts and unpredictable movements, which makes sense to just hold on to it long term. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm personally going to be buying into Litecoin right after this video. I think it is very important because I do think long term we are going to break out. And the fact that we've seen it now within Bitcoin, within Ethereum, everything is breaking out. It's almost guaranteed that the next breakout is going to be Litecoin. So I'm going to be buying into my eToro account. I'm going to be putting a big buy-in order for not only our virtual account, but my real money that I have in the eToro account. Obviously, it's not going to load in. Why would it? But that's my plan of action for now. Is I do anticipate sideways trading. I do think we're going to trade out sideways. It's odd that it's still following technical analysis patterns. So I think sideways movement is what is going to be expected within Litecoin, and then a potential bull market breakout. It almost makes sense that this volume is going to go back into the coins. So I'm really anticipating to see movement of parabolic levels. We were following the support and then we just broke out bullish. So, I know I was saying that, technical analysis does hold that. The fact that we're trading at 88, almost 90 on the RSI indicates retracement is necessary. But when the market is breaking out at such parabolic levels, it almost makes sense now that we should just be holding on long term and riding this puppy up to the top. This isn't too late to be buying in. People bought into Bitcoin at 20 grand, expecting it to go to 100. It's 12. I know it's kind of high, but the coins to look at now is Litecoin. Litecoin has been consolidating up slowly, but it has yet to break out to its true value. We've seen 20 grand. The fact that we're above 10 now within Bitcoin, there's still some more room to go up higher. But Litecoin has shot up to $400, and the fact that it's only 135 is quite undervalued, which is a huge indication to me that I do think we're going to see some major moves really, really, really soon. And I'm not trying to be a permable or hype this episode up or cause any sort of FUD, but this is crazy, guys. The fact that we're seeing, Bitcoin retest $13,000. That's just the beginning, guys. We shot up to 20 grand. We're headed for 20 grand again. We are so ready to take on 20 grand, guys. There's less media manipulation right now in the market. Everybody's getting excited. People are getting happy. Media is most likely actually going to start promoting this more as the coin's coming back. The media is wrong once again. They were bashing crypto. It's a bubble. It's gone. But guess what? It is back. It is back, and it's here to stay, and we're going to go higher. So I'm absolutely pumped for this market. I'm going to be buying in right after this. I do have my long-term holdings making me quite a bit of fortune, so it's going to be wild. But now to kind of lower the hype really quick, I do want to show you guys Chainlink. Chainlink should be retracing lower. There we go, usually acting inversely these altcoins, but you can see a beautiful retracement back down to our previous support level that we drew yesterday. I know Kaluma on my Patreon has been asking me for that, and you can see that we are now, you know, starting to swing up. We're following this ascending triangle, and we're getting very close to a potential breakout right here within this chart right here. We could see a retracement lower to our high-low middle moving averages, but you know, it's following pursuit, it's following the uptrend, and it's doing a great job. But otherwise, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Check out my Patreon, guys. This is the only way to get exclusive content, all these charts that say updated, make money, and you know, be able to speak to me, you know, one-on-one and have these personal conversations that I really can't do on YouTube. So definitely check that out. It's the first link in the description. Otherwise, like I said, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.